Hello. We're back at it again today. It's Labor Day, so that's lots of fun. Spend the day baling hay. We got a bit of a start yesterday. Wanted to do more Saturday. But being a holiday weekend, there's all sorts of social events. You can kind of see Brad way out there, bouncing along. This field is rough as a cob. Very rough. Took it on as a late project. Saw they hadn't had their hay mowed, and being an enterprising young individual, I went after it. Yeah, we baled 230 bales yesterday. I got a start on this project last week. Made 250 bales. All total, there's about 20 acres. Typically, we're set up for maybe doing, 5-acre patches, things less than 10 acres. Which, with our lovely old baler, if you can bale more than 10 acres a day, you got an early start and everything's perfect. We did run into a bit of an issue. I don't know much of an issue, but it could be problematic. I noticed at the end of the day yesterday, we got the lovely sidewall coming apart. This tire is not original to this baler, but it's almost as old. This tire came off of our old New Holland forage blower. I think it was a model 27, roughly from the 50s. So this is a plenty old tire, and I'm afraid maybe not quite heavy duty enough because the blower might have weighed 500 pounds, if that. The twin to this tire doesn't hold air right now. So we found this lovely guy in the barn, all full of bar tread from an old transplanter we used to have. I don't need the traction from the tread, but it's very sturdy. It's probably overbuilt. Typical tires, this is a 670/15. Typical tires of this size, you'll see them on small manure spreaders. So they're made to handle the weight. It was a little low on air, and I stepped on it last night, and there was maybe 5 pounds, but I couldn't get the tire to budge. It held 20 pounds overnight, which is probably plenty, especially when it to be a little soft going across a rough field. Well, we'll have some fun changing tires real quick, and hopefully Brad will have some hay raked by that time. Check to make sure we have some battery. We have 4 lights. Not to have a brand plug here, but I love my Milwaukee, I mean Dad's Milwaukee electric, what is this thing? Jeez, Impact, wow, total brain fart. I like Dad's electric Impact. It's awesome. It saves my arms for doing all sorts of things, especially changing tires. Which, on a farm, you've got dozens of tires to maintain. So, you're typically changing tires. If you don't change a tire at least once a year, you're probably not farming. You just have a lot of equipment sitting in the barn. Pops off nice and easy. Now, look at that lovely white paint. Now, as we've mentioned before, this is a demonstrator baler. And International painted it white back in the day. Get our bits of lovely hay out of the way. Hub spins freely. No play in it, so that's good. Now I'm going to have to take the tire you're sitting on for some action real quick. See it. I love this grease zerk. I'm very much in dislike with manufacturers that don't put a grease zerk on their wheel hubs. I'm a bit afraid this tire might be a little tall. Oh boy. Oh, we got it. No problem. Come back to my world down here. Well, we're not too tall. We're close. We're very close. Might shine up the metal a little bit. Where did I lose my lug bolts at? put them up here. Safekeeping, and I still lose them. Now Brad was really hoping we didn't have to use this tire, that we could use the twin to the current tire, but it didn't hold air. I think it's pretty neat to have bar tread on your square baler. Not to mention the lovely red paint to contrast with the white. Now it's more of a scarlet. As long as we clear our shield, we'll be good. If all we got to do is change a tire, we'll be doing well. Part of the reason for taking on such a big project, these 20 acres, is, well, I think we'll keep baling hay for a few years. This is a lovely baler. Does well for us. Mostly a relaxing time. You're not going to set any speed records. But last night really made me want a new baler. The knotters on this machine, they clear the knot based on the action of the baler pushing the bale away. New Hollands and many other current manufacturers have a mechanism that strips the knot off the bill hook. Nice and tight. After experiences we've had this year, I don't want that tire to go anywhere. Okay, so back to the bill hook thing. Many current manufacturers have a device to strip the knot off the bill hook. These ones just pull off. Well, last night we were having trouble with the knots not pulling off, and you get 2 or 3 knots with a string on the knotter there. And they wouldn't tie properly, and they'd break the string, and you'd have to sit there and rebale them all. So that got annoying. And typically this machine only gives us trouble when the hay is wet. So you're getting late in the day, there's not the crisp dryness from the sun, or in the early morning, if you're starting by, say, those trees over there, still a little bit of shade over the hay. That's why I had Brad start out in the middle of the field where there was sun. To let that get good and dried off, because it will give us troubles. I just got to do a quick grease over the machine, and then we'll be out at it, putting twine around some hay and making a little bit of dust, because the hay is very dry. I mowed it Thursday, and it's Monday. So that's 5 days. Don't have to worry about wet spots.